Good morning, my loves. Happy Saturday. Beautiful Saturday morning here at the lake. It's about, I don't know, 7:15, something like that. Sun's coming up, pretty day. I think the high today is 79, high tomorrow is 80. So this may be one of the last days I get to wear my cashmere, so I'm enjoying it while I can. Interesting topic today. Judging others does not define them. Baby, it defines you. And I want to think about this. Take it to heart. When you judge someone, when you make a snarky, catty comment, when you say something rude, hurtful, is it really about them? Or is it about you? Are you being judgmental? Are you maybe just a little envious? Little jealousy, envy sliding in there? Are they younger than you, older than you, prettier, more handsome, have a better physique, a better body, they're smarter, they get more attention than you do, they do a better job than you do, they have a better title, more money, the guy, the girl? What is it? Because it's not about them, it's about you. It is. Are you micromanaging somebody? Picking them apart? Why? And it's not for their own good. It's about you. You're being hypercritical. Why? Is it a learned behavior? It could be a learned behavior. Having been raised by an extremely critical, manipulative mother, oh baby, back in the 1980s, I was the biggest bitch you could ever run into. Surgical intensive care nurse. Back in the day, I was very attractive, believe it or not. And I knew it. And I was a bitch to everybody. I was very judgmental, very critical, and very insecure. Very. I thought the only way to show that I was of substance was to be mean and hateful to people. I remember once, and this is horrible, but I'm admitting it, I'm owning it, a patient, well, I guess it was a family member. I was working in surgical intensive care and the patient was unconscious, but a family member said, if you would smile more, you would be so much prettier. And you know what I said? They don't pay me to smile, they pay me to take care of your loved one. What a horrible thing to say. What I should have done was just give them a hug and say, you're right. But no, I was too busy caught up in being a bitch. What about you? When somebody says something like that to you, maybe they're not trying to be hurtful. Maybe they're trying to tell you something. Now, trust me, I have been through my fair share of family holidays and encounters that, oh, you're too pretty to be single. I'm single by choice. Until I meet somebody that appreciates me for me, honey, I'm single. And I don't have any problem telling somebody that, but I appreciate their interest. Kind of. Sort of. Not really. But I can be polite about it. If somebody says, oh, you'd be so much prettier, handsome, you'd attract more men, women, whatever, if you would just lose that weight. Now, you could cry. Absolutely, positively, and you have every right to feel whatever you feel. But you can also say, I'm working on that, thank you, but I would rather have somebody that loves me, for who I am as I am, and will help me on my journey, instead of someone like you that's trying to sabotage me. But thank you for your interest. That's honest, and it kind of puts them in their place. But just think about how you treat people, what comes out of your mouth, what comes out of other people's mouths, and how you respond. People will, in their own fucked up way, that's the only way I know to put it, they will try to be helpful. They really will. Eons ago, growing up, I was anorexic, super skinny. I heard comments all the time. really, really hurtful, very just plain damn mean things said to me as a child. And some of that was people trying to get me to eat and take care of myself. They just didn't know how to go about it. And of course, back in the 60s and 70s, it wasn't like it is today. But when kids are saying it to other kids, why are they saying that? Now, trust me, not many people was envious of me being a stick figure. But I found out later, as an adult, when I would talk to these people, yeah, it was jealousy and envy creeping in. We had moved to a new community. I stuck out like a sore thumb, bright red hair, pale skin, and I was a walking stick figure that played the cello. Oh, it couldn't get much worse. The only thing worse would be the accordion or something. But yeah, it was not good. And they made fun of me. Of course they did. But I later found out it was because we lived in a very, very nice area. My dad was head of research and development in an aeronautical company. My parents had a lot of money, and people didn't like it. They thought I would be a snob. I wasn't. I was so incredibly shy. I just wanted to blend into the background. But they would say mean, hurtful things. But it really wasn't about me. It was about them. Now I know that. I wish I would have known that when I was in 7th grade or 8th grade. But think about it. When somebody says something mean to you, is it a you thing or a them thing? 9 times out of 10, it's a them thing, not a you thing. Sit your kids down. Talk to them about that. When kids tease them, maybe they have a lisp, maybe they wear braces, maybe it's a weight issue, they're super tall, they're super short, their hair, whatever it is, when people tease them, is it really about them? Probably not. I mean, not that they aren't short, tall, but that's not the issue. The issue is, why is the person saying it? Is it a them thing? Is it a you thing? Think about it. I think about teenage kids, and it's so hard today to be a teenager. I mean, it wasn't a piece of cake back in my day, but I think with every generation it gets a little harder. And we have kids, as we always have, that are the preteens, the 12 and 13-year-olds that are wanting to be 16 and 17, and then you have the 14, 15, 16-year-olds that are wanting to pass for 19 and 20. And they're going to do anything they can because the goal is to get the attention of someone older. Maybe they have somebody in a peer group or a brother or sister or a classmate, somebody they go to school with or in the neighborhood that they just think is the coolest person on this planet, and they are trying to copy their behaviors, their attitudes, how they dress, because they think they're cool. They love the way everybody thinks about this person, and they want to assimilate. They want to be like everybody else that thinks this person is the greatest. So they all dress the same. They all, behave, have the same mannerisms, gestures, or language, or whatever. They're trying to assimilate. They're trying to blend in. They want to be accepted. And sometimes that behavior includes making fun of other people, bullying. God's got to love those flying monkeys. You have the reactive abuser, the bully, the ringleader, and everybody else is going to chime in because they think this bully is really cool, and they don't want to stand up and say, yeah, you really shouldn't be like that. No, because then nobody's going to like them. They're opening themselves up to being bullied. So they're just going to go along with it. Now, they may kind of run into the victim in the hall or at the grocery store, something, and say, hey, I thought they were wrong. Just hang in there. But they don't want anybody to know they had that conversation because they don't want to be the next victim. So with you, when somebody's picking on you, How do you handle it, or do you? Do you say, look, sweetheart, what you're saying may or may not be true, but how you're saying it is not about me, it's about you. Truth, true statement. But how are you going to handle it? Are you just going to walk away? I advise that. Just look at them. I was telling somebody the other day, if somebody's just being nasty to you, just look at them. Are you done? Because I'm done. Walk away. They may follow you. They may taunt you. They may circle around you. Just keep going. If they grab your arm, are you done? I'm done. Don't touch me. Now, they may start in with, what are you going to do about it? Da-da-da-da-da. Just keep walking. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Keep going. It's a them thing, not a you thing. They're wanting attention. It's attention-seeking behavior. They want the attention of that peer group of the flying monkeys to show how tough they are. Just keep going. Because, baby, sometimes they are not worth your time and energy. They're not. But just keep in mind, when people judge you, when they're being mean and catty and snarky and hurtful, making fun of your body, your hair, where you live, what you drive, is it really about you, or is it them? You thing or a them thing? Because judging people is more of a reflection of them than you. Just something to think about.